since 2001, the Tennessee state government has passed multiple voter ID requirements and instituted a proof of citizenship database under the lie of voter fraud. What you should be passing in Tennessee is early voting and same-day registration and more access to the ballot. The courts have said voter ID is a form of systemic and surgical racism. Nobody talked about voter fraud until black people and brown people started voting in mass. There are 140 million poor people in America, 39 million children, 26 million black people, 21 million of our seniors, 66 million white people are poor in America. 62 million Americans work every day and make less than a living wage. And 250,000 people die every year from poverty. What Dr. King wanted was us to get away from left versus right and conservative versus liberal and to find the moral center and to work to change policy and stop blaming the poor for their poverty and recognize that poverty is a man-made creation. It is not a God-ordained situation. And let me tell you, I'm not so happy about the Affordable Care Act. So I wanted the media to get this right. Because there are 25 of the wealthiest countries in this world, and we're the only one that doesn't offer some form of universal health care. Even with the Affordable Care Act, there are 37 million people without health care. And now you have some people that want to roll it back. They want to take away pre-existing condition covering. I mean, there's something wrong with you. Down in the spirit level, I mean. And especially if you call yourself a Christian. Whenever I go in to debate politicians, and I said, well, let's talk about health care. And they said, well, you know, I just believe people ought to have access. Well, you can have access to a Rolls Royce and can't buy it. I mean, I'd have access. What that means is they want to allow the insurance company to do what they want to do. And I said, but I always thought like this. I said, I walk in the office, you know, being a bishop, preach. I said, are you a Christian? They said, yes, sir, Bishop, I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. And I said, did you put your hand on the Bible when you got sworn into office? Yes, 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 you have to have the word of God. I said, do you know what's in it? How can you claim to be a Christian legislator, a Christian governor, or a person who is a Christian who happens to be a governor, or happens to be a legislator, or happens to be a state rep? And if anything, the man you claim you follow gave everybody free health care and never charged them a copay. You'll get that in a minute. Everywhere Jesus went, he gave folk free health care and never charged a leper a copay. How you gonna follow him? See, I want Republicans and Democrats to say, we don't want Obamacare. You're right, because first of all, the name of it isn't Obamacare, it's the Affordable Care Act. The reason you call it Obamacare was to racialize it. I want Republicans and Democrats to say, no, we don't want Obamacare, that's not enough. We want universal health care for everybody in the United States. Who are the poor? Are they the 26 states that have passed voter suppression laws? Are they the 2 million people in prison, 1.5 million black and brown? Are they the gay, the trans, the bi, the queer, the people that we want to destroy simply because of their sexuality? When the real sex we ought to be talking about is the illicit relationship between the Supreme Court and big business that produces the bastard. That produces the bastard child of Citizens United. Who are the poor and the broken? The women, the misused, the children, the abused. Who are they? The immigrants from the South who really just want to come home.
Yes.
Can I teach for a minute?
Yes.
We keep saying that they want to come back.
That's right.
They want to come to the United States. Well, Texas was Mexico. New Mexico was Mexico.
That's right.
Texas pulled out of Mexico when Mexico decided it no longer would have slavery. So they ain't crossing the border crossed them.